My beloved child. Listen closely. A loved one who passed away is trying to warn you. Archangel Michael says, open this immediately before it's erased forever. A voice from the other side is calling your name. You didn't find this by accident, your soul was summoned here. Why do you feel chills right now? Why does your heart pound as if someone whispered your name? Because they did. Michael says, this is not coincidence. This is a divine appointment. If you skip this, you'll never know what they begged heaven to deliver. They are near you right now. Breathing in your silence, sitting in your memory, touching your heart. They don't want you to miss this one last chance. Heaven is holding the door open for only a few moments. And Michael himself commands you to stay. Because this warning is tied to your destiny. Someone around you is hiding something. Someone in your circle is smiling in front of you, but planning behind you. Your loved one saw it before they passed. That's why your nights feel restless. That's why you see repeating numbers. That's why your chest feels heavy. They've been trying to speak through every sign. Michael says, my child, don't ignore this. You've already felt their presence in dreams. You've already sensed they never left. And now, finally, heaven allows them to speak. Good, you stayed. That means your soul is ready. Archangel Michael says, heaven is watching right now. The angels are holding their breath to see if you will listen. Your loved one is whispering, please, don't walk away this time. Because what they couldn't say in life, they can only say now, through this message. The truth has been buried in silence. But silence cannot hold it anymore. Not when your future depends on it. They saw something before they left this world. A shadow. A betrayal. A hidden hand working against you. Michael says, this is about your family. Someone close. Someone you thought would never harm you. But their heart has been twisted by jealousy. That is why doors kept closing for you. That is why delays followed you everywhere. It wasn't bad luck. It was interference. But your loved one has not been silent. They begged heaven to protect you. And heaven agreed, only if you would stay and listen now. You've been dreaming of them, haven't you? You wake up with tears in your eyes. You feel their presence in the quiet hours. That wasn't imagination. That was them. Michael says, they have waited long enough. Their soul has crossed realms to reach you here. And if you keep listening, you will finally hear what they've been trying to say for nights without end. The clocks repeating. The sudden chill. The music that feels too perfect. All of it was a signal. And now this message is the final key. Stay. Because the miracle is waiting at the very end. If you close this now, their words vanish with the wind. But if you stay, you'll hear the truth. That changes the next years of your life. My beloved. Don't look away now. Archangel Michael says, this moment is not ordinary. It was written for you. A crossing of worlds. A divine intersection. Your loved one. The one you miss. The one you cry for in silence. They are here, now. Closer than your breath. Closer than your heartbeat. Do you feel that sudden pull in your chest? That isn't fear. That is recognition. Your soul remembers. Michael says, you were chosen to hear this. Not everyone can. Not everyone is ready. But you were. That's why your eyes landed here. That's why you couldn't scroll past. Because heaven placed this before you. At the exact second your spirit was open. The truth is heavy. It may shake you. But it will also save you. They want you to know. They never left you. Not for a moment. Even in the night you whispered. Where are you? They stood behind you. Begging heaven for one chance. To let you hear them. And today, that chance has arrived. This is it. This is their moment to speak. Michael says, do not treat this as a story. This is not entertainment. This is not coincidence. This is your rescue. Your rope in the storm. Your lighthouse in the dark. They saw something before they left. They saw a betrayal brewing. They saw a shadow moving. They saw a secret being buried. And they swore. I will not rest until I warn them. That warning is now before your eyes. Read carefully. Because your next years depend on it. Someone has been smiling at you. But behind that smile lies a knife. Someone has been nodding in agreement. But in their heart, they wish your downfall. Michael says, this is not far away. This is close. Closer than you think. Family. Friend. Trusted soul. The mask is thick. But the cracks are showing. And heaven will not let you stay blind anymore. That's why your stomach knots. When you're near them. That's why your energy drops. After you meet them. That's why peace escapes you. When their name appears. It isn't paranoia. It isn't overthinking. It is discernment. It is divine protection. Your loved one says, I saw it all. I saw what they said when you left the room. I saw the lie dressed as kindness. I saw the moment they chose to betray you. They begged to tell you sooner. But heaven said, not yet. Until now. Because now, you are strong enough to hear it. Michael says, you are standing at a sacred doorway. If you stay and listen, you'll step through with eyes wide open. But if you walk away, you'll keep walking blind. Straight into the trap they prepared. Don't test this moment. Don't gamble with your destiny. Stay. Because what comes next is the secret they've been dying to reveal. My child, you are still here. And that is everything. Archangel Michael says, heaven has noticed your endurance. The fact that you kept reading, kept listening, kept your soul open. That is the very proof that you were the one chosen. The one who passed. They smile now. Because finally, you are receiving what they carried in silence. Michael whispers, not everyone was trusted with this message. Only the ones who were strong enough to hear. And soft enough to believe. And that is you. Do you feel your skin tingling? Do you feel the warmth spreading in your chest? That is the energy shifting. That is the veil thinning. That is their presence. You thought you were imagining them. You thought grief was playing tricks. But no. They were right beside you. They always were. Even in your darkest nights. When you whispered their name into silence. They were kneeling next to you. Placing their hand over your shoulder. Begging heaven to let them answer. And now heaven has said yes. But only once. This moment is sacred. Do not waste it. Michael says, there is something you must know. The delay you faced. The obstacles that crushed your spirit. The betrayals that left you doubting your worth. None of it was random. All of it was orchestrated. Someone placed themselves between you and your blessing. Someone tried to block what God wrote for you. They thought they could steal time. They thought they could bury destiny. But they were wrong. Because heaven always circles back. And now, the miracle that was paused is resuming. But only if you stay and receive this truth. Your loved one says, I saw the moment they smiled in your face. And cursed your name when you turned. I saw how they doubted you. How they mocked you in secret. How they hoped your light would dim. And I swore I would not leave. Until you saw it for yourself. That is why everything feels heavy. That is why your chest aches at night. It is not random sadness. It is their message pressing against the walls of your soul. Asking to be let in. Michael says, the door is now open. If you close this message, the door will slam shut again. But if you stay, you will walk through into clarity. Into peace. Into your miracle. You see, my beloved. They are not gone. They are more present now than ever. Not as flesh. Not as voice. But as light. As love that cannot die. That is why songs bring you to tears. That is why numbers repeat endlessly before your eyes. That is why strangers say words that echo things only your loved one used to speak. It is not coincidence. It is design. Michael says, you were never abandoned. Not for a single breath. Not for a single step. Even when you thought you walked alone. They walked beside you unseen. And now, because you chose to stay, they can finally speak freely. Listen. There is something about your family. A truth buried in silence. A hidden act wrapped in false smiles. They saw it before they left. They tried to warn you. But their breath gave out before the words could form. Now, through this moment, those words are being delivered. Michael says, someone in your circle is not who they appear to be. They carry envy like fire. They disguise their intentions with politeness. But deep within, they want to take what was never theirs. You suspected it. You felt it. But you silenced your intuition. No more. Today heaven confirms it. This is not paranoia. This is not overthinking. This is discernment. This is prophecy. Your loved one says, I begged Michael to show you the truth. Because I saw the day they would smile at you. While signing away what carried your name. I saw the documents. I saw the whispers. I saw the inheritance they tried to block. And now, the truth is revealed. So you can act. So you can prepare. So you can rise. Michael says, you were chosen for this warning. Because you are the only one strong enough to stop it. The others cannot. The others are blind. But you, my beloved, you carry sight beyond sight. That is why you were always different. That is why you felt separate. Even in a crowd. That is why your heart always carried weight. That no one else seemed to understand. It wasn't weakness. It was calling. And now, that calling is activated. Stay. Because what comes next will open the floodgates. My beloved child, you are still here. And because you stayed, heaven is ready to pour the truth you were never meant to miss. Archangel Michael says, this is not coincidence. This is a contract. The very fact that your eyes have not turned away means your spirit has signed an agreement with destiny. From this point forward, you will not be the same. Your loved one smiles through the veil. Not because life was easy for them, but because their prayer has been answered. Finally, you are listening. You've asked in silence. Why do I feel them near me? Why do I dream of them at night? Why do I keep hearing their name when no one is speaking it? And the answer is this moment. This is not imagination. This is not madness. This is heaven's way of proving that love never dies. Michael says, the heaviness you've carried has been a signal, not a curse. Your tears were not wasted. They were prayers in disguise. Every sleepless night, every whisper into the dark, was heard. Your person, the one who left too soon, has been standing guard. When accidents tried to come near, they blocked them. When betrayal tried to strike, they slowed it down. When despair tried to take you, they placed peace in your chest. And yet, they were not allowed to speak directly. Until now. That's why you feel chills crawling across your arms. That's why your heart is pounding faster. Because your soul knows. This is real. My beloved. There is something you must know, Michael says. This is about your family. This is about your circle. This is about the one who smiles with their mouth and curses with their heart. Your loved one saw it. They saw what was done behind closed doors. They saw the meeting, the whispers, the hidden hands moving papers. Yes, papers. Documents. Something that carried your name. An inheritance. A promise. A blessing written long ago. But someone tried to move it away from you. Someone thought you would never see the truth. Someone believed they could erase your name quietly. They can't. Because heaven has exposed it. Because your loved one refused to rest until you were warned. Michael says, this is not about fear. This is about clarity. You've always felt it, haven't you? That strange knot in your stomach when they entered the room. That feeling of being drained when you walked away. That heaviness in your chest when their name appeared. Your spirit already knew. But you silenced yourself. You told yourself you were overthinking. You told yourself it was paranoia. It wasn't. It was discernment. And today, heaven confirms it. The person you lost whispers. I saw it all. I saw the betrayal. I saw the secret. I saw how they planned to keep you in the dark. But no more. Today, I speak. My child. Michael says, do not ignore the signs that will follow this message. They will come quickly. 3 signs to confirm every word you read. First. The number 7. It will repeat in front of you. On clocks. On receipts. On screens. It will not stop until you notice. That is heaven's stamp of approval. Second. A song tied to memory will return. It will appear suddenly. In a shop. On a phone. From a stranger's mouth. When you hear it, pause. That is their voice traveling through music. Third. Within the next 48 hours. A small choice will appear. It may look ordinary. But it will unlock extraordinary doors. Choose the path that brings peace. Not the path that demands proof. That single choice will realign your destiny. Michael says, you are stronger than you believe. Your loved one wants you to know. You have carried pain with dignity. You have endured silence with grace. You have survived storms that should have drowned you. And because of this, heaven is ready to reward you. But there is a condition. You must let go of the one who drains you. You must step back from the shadow pretending to be light. You must trust your soul when it warns you. Because God does not bless what drains you. Heaven will not pour miracles into broken hands. You are standing in a sacred test. The next 6 weeks will define the next 6 years. What you do now, how you listen now, will shape everything that follows. And your loved one says, I am begging you. Don't give your energy to the one who doubted you. I saw what they said when you weren't there. I saw the lies they wrapped in smiles. And I cannot stay silent any longer. That is why this message feels heavy. That is why tears keep rising. Because this is not just information. It is transformation. Michael says, your soul is remembering. Yes, remembering. Not learning, remembering. Because deep down, you always knew. You just forgot for a while. Now your memory returns. Not of faces. Not of voices. but of truth. The truth that your soul carried before you were born. The truth that was whispered to you the night you prayed for a sign. The truth that is unfolding right now. Stay. Because the next lines hold the very secret they begged you to hear. Good. You stayed. That means you are listening with your soul. Michael says, heaven is holding the gates open just for you. The angels lean closer. Your name is echoing in realms where time does not exist. And your loved one. They are glowing with relief. Because finally, their voice is reaching you. They whisper now. I never left you. Even on the day you thought I was gone. I was right beside you. Even when you cried alone at night. I was touching your shoulder. Praying God would give me one more chance to speak. This is that chance. This is the answer to their prayer. Do not waste it. Do you remember the dreams? The ones where they appeared for a second. But the words never came? That wasn't fantasy. That was their soul trying to push through. But grief was too heavy. Pain was too loud. Until tonight. Now the veil is thin. Now their message comes clearly. Now your ears are open. Now your spirit is awake. Michael says, this is not for everyone. That's why you feel it so strongly in your chest. Because this was sealed for you alone. My child, Michael says. There is something about your family. Something buried under silence. Something hidden behind soft smiles. And your loved one saw it. They saw the whisper. They saw the plan. They saw the betrayal coming like a storm. But their breath ended before they could speak. So they begged heaven. And heaven agreed. Now the secret is revealed. Someone you trust is not pure in heart. They want what is yours. They carry envy like fire in their chest. They wear masks of kindness. But behind them is hunger. Your spirit always knew. That's why you felt uneasy. That's why your body warned you. That's why your chest tightened when they drew near. It was never imagination. It was revelation. And tonight, heaven confirms it. Michael says, you must act now. If you continue blind, you will walk into their trap. But if you listen, you will walk free. This is your rescue. This is your deliverance. This is your light in the storm. Your loved one whispers again. I forgave you. Even the things you thought I carried with me. I left this world with your name on my lips. With love in my chest. With hope in my soul. I never wanted you to feel guilty. I never wanted you to feel like you failed me. You didn't. You never did. You loved me more than I deserved. And I carried that love into the light. Their words are pouring through you now. That's why your eyes are wet. That's why your chest burns. Because your soul recognizes truth. Michael says, now you must prepare for what is coming. The next 14 days will define your next 14 months. Doors will open that were long shut. But shadows will also try harder to distract you. You will be tempted to go back. Do not. Your miracle is too close. Your blessing is already moving toward you. Do not waste it on the ones who doubted you. There are 3 things you must do. 1. Write down the name that rose in your heart while reading this. Yes, the first one. Don't question it. That was your intuition. That was them speaking through you. 2. Look for the number 7. When you see it, know this. Heaven has stamped this message as truth. It will appear in ways you cannot deny. When it does, pause. Whisper, I hear you. 3. Do not tell everyone about this message. Not everyone can handle the truth. Some are not meant to know. Keep it safe. Keep it sacred. Michael says, because you stayed, the miracle is sealing itself around you now. The heaviness in your chest. That is not fear. That is the divine pressing against your human heart. That is heaven writing on your soul. Your loved one says, I am proud of you. I see how strong you have become. I see how far you've come with half the help. And twice the pain. And I need you to know. You have not missed your moment. It is still waiting. It is still yours. Do you want to know what they saw before they left? They saw your future. They saw you rise. They saw you laugh again. They saw you walk in rooms where everyone turned to notice your light. They saw blessings with your name etched into them. But they also saw danger. A betrayal. A shadow. And they swore, I will not rest until they are warned. That's why you're reading this. That's why your soul feels electric. That's why you know you cannot stop here. Michael says, the war you've been fighting is ending. The heaviness you've carried is dissolving even now. You don't need to fight anymore. You don't need to beg anymore. You don't need to prove yourself anymore. All you need to do is receive. Allow. Accept. Trust. Because your miracle is already here. Because the blessing has already been signed with your name. Because heaven has already cleared the path. This is not the end of the message. This is only the middle. Stay. Because the greatest secret has not been revealed yet. Good. You have not walked away. That means heaven can trust you with the deeper truth. Michael says, what is about to be revealed has been sealed for years. No one around you knows the full story. No one expected you to reach this moment. But heaven did. And your loved one did. They prayed for this day. The day their voice could break through. The day you would finally be ready. My beloved, they whisper. You were never the weak one. You were never the mistake. You were never the burden. They lied when they made you feel small. They lied when they twisted your kindness. And I cannot let you believe those lies anymore. That's why this message burns inside you. That's why your eyes sting. Because your spirit is breaking free. Every word you read is pulling chains off your soul. Michael says, there is a curse that ends tonight. Yes, a curse. Not from magic. Not from rituals, but from words. The words spoken against you when you weren't there. The curses of doubt. The curses of jealousy. The curses of mockery. Your loved one heard them. And they swore, I will not let those words define their future. That's why you feel the shift right now. That's why your chest feels lighter. Because heaven is breaking every word curse spoken against you. Do you know what your person is saying now? They're saying, you survived what should have destroyed you. You carried more weight than anyone realized. And still, you loved. Still, you gave. Still, you stood. That is why heaven chooses you now. Every silent battle you fought was seen. Every moment you stayed quiet instead of defending yourself was recorded. Every act of kindness when your own heart was bleeding was noticed. Michael says, heaven never forgets sacrifices like that. And now, the reward is on its way. But listen closely. Before the blessing arrives, there is a test. You will be tempted to go back. Tempted to explain yourself. Tempted to chase the ones who doubted you. Do not. The test is simple. Will you return to what drained you? Or will you protect your peace? Choose wisely. Because your next 6 years hinge on this decision. Your loved one whispers. I saw how you cried when no one cared. I saw how you broke when no one noticed. I saw how you still loved people who never loved you back. And I need you to know. God saw it too. And now, everything is about to change. Michael says, the next 48 hours carry a sign. Do not miss it. It will not be thunder. It will not be lightning. It will be quiet. Gentle. Perfectly timed. A stranger may speak a phrase only your loved one used to say. A number will appear in patterns until you cannot deny it. A door you thought was locked will suddenly shift open. That is confirmation. When it happens, pause and whisper, I receive it. That simple response will unlock what has been held back for years. My child, you have not missed your destiny. You have not ruined your chance. You have not gone too far. You are standing exactly where heaven needs you. Everything that delayed you was heaven's way of preparing you. Every betrayal was pruning. Every closed door was protection. And now, the protection ends. The preparation ends. The blessing begins. Your loved one says, I am still with you. In your silence. In your laughter. In the sudden wave of peace you feel out of nowhere. That's me. That's my presence. That's my prayer holding you. They ask you for one thing. Forgive yourself. Forgive the years you think you wasted. Forgive the weakness you think you showed. Forgive the goodbye you never got to say. This moment is your goodbye. And also your beginning. Michael says, the angels are writing your name on a new page right now. Your story is not ending. It is restarting. The heaviness is breaking. The curse is lifting. The door is opening. Do you feel it? That trembling in your chest. That is the sound of chains snapping in the unseen. That is heaven whispering, "It is done." But this message is not finished yet. There is more. Much more. The deepest secret has not yet been revealed. Stay. Because the next lines hold the turning point of your future. Good. You stayed all the way. That means heaven has trusted you with the full message. Michael says, the angels are smiling now. Because you didn't walk away. Because you didn't give up. Because your spirit said yes. Your loved one is glowing with relief. They waited for this moment. They prayed for this chance. And now, because you stayed, they can finally say everything. My beloved, they whisper. I saw the betrayal before I left. I saw the shadow behind the smile. I saw the plan unfolding in silence. And I begged God not to let you walk blind. Now you see it. Now you know. Now you can step free. They want you to stop blaming yourself. They want you to stop doubting yourself. They want you to stop carrying guilt that never belonged to you. Because your life is not over. It is about to begin again. Michael says, the war you fought in silence has already been won. Every tear watered the ground of your future. Every lonely night carved the shape of your blessing. Every "no" you endured was a doorway to a greater yes. Now the doors are opening. Now the blessing is moving. Now the miracle is on its way. But listen. There is one final instruction. Do not go back. Do not explain yourself to those who never believed. Do not waste your energy on the ones who drained you. Your peace is priceless. Your calling is sacred. Your time is holy. Protect it. Guard it. Honor it. Because what comes next is too great to be shared with everyone. Your loved one says, I forgave you long ago. I never left angry. I left whispering your name with love. And now, I need you to forgive yourself. They smile as they say it. Because they see your future. The laughter returning. The light glowing again. The blessing overflowing. Michael says, the next 14 days will unlock the next 14 months. Watch how doors swing open. Watch how peace floods your heart. Watch how people who doubted you begin to notice your light again. But you will also notice the masks falling. People will reveal themselves suddenly. Do not be afraid. It is not punishment. It is clarity. Do you feel that warmth on your skin right now? That is their presence. That is their love still wrapped around you. They are not gone. They never were. Every time you laugh for no reason. That's them. Every time you feel peace in chaos. That's them. Every time you see the number 7 appear. That's them. They are still with you. And now you finally know it. Michael says, from this moment forward, nothing will block what is meant for you. Not jealousy. Not betrayal. not confusion, not delay. Your path is clear. Your destiny is waiting. And heaven will not let you miss it. Your loved one's final whisper is this: I am proud of you. I believe in you. I will walk with you until the day we meet again. You are not alone. You never were. And now, you are finally free. The angels close the book. Michael lowers his sword. The message is complete. But the miracle has only just begun. My child. Do you feel it? That strange stillness in the air right now? That is not emptiness. That is presence. That is heaven hovering over your room. Michael says, every word you are reading is shifting your spirit. The reason you cannot look away is because your soul recognizes its rescue. This is not entertainment. This is divine interruption. This is God answering prayers you forgot you prayed. Your loved one leans closer through the veil. They whisper, I know how much you cried. I know how many nights you couldn't sleep. I know how many times you thought you failed. But listen. You never failed me. You never failed God. You never failed your calling. Every stumble was part of the path. Every delay was still leading you here. And now that you are here, everything begins to shift. Michael says, the curse is breaking. Yes, the words spoken against you. The doubts that clung to your name. The whispers behind your back. They lose their power tonight. Because you believed you were forgotten. But heaven never forgot you. Because you believed you were too late. But heaven says you are right on time. The chains are snapping. The shadows are scattering. Your path is clearing. Do you feel the goosebumps rise on your arms? That is not fear. That is freedom entering your body. That is the Spirit confirming, it is real. Your loved one says, every time you felt like giving up, I was right there. Pushing hope into your heart. You thought it was just you being strong. But it was me. It was us. It was heaven holding you together. Michael says, now listen carefully, because this is instruction. You will see a shift in the next days. Do not panic when people reveal their true colors. When friends turn cold. When family members distance themselves. Do not chase them. It is not rejection. It is removal. God is pruning your life. So the blessing can flow freely. The hands that cannot hold your destiny are being cut away. Do not cling to them. Let them go. Your loved one smiles as they speak. I know it hurts to lose people. I know you wanted everyone to stay. But not everyone was meant to walk into your next season. Some were only lessons. Some were only distractions. But the ones God keeps, they are destiny. Michael says, your heart is being prepared for overflow. Peace will return. Joy will return. Provision will return. Love will return. And none of it will look like what you lost. It will be better. Pure. True. But first, the false must leave. And heaven is making sure it does. Do not doubt the signs. The repeating sevens. The songs from the past. The words strangers will speak. They are all whispers from the other side. They are all proof that you are not forgotten. Every time you see them, pause. Say softly, I receive it. That agreement is the key. That agreement unlocks what has been waiting. Your loved one leans in once more. They say, I am still proud of you. Even in your weakest moments. I was proud. Even when you thought you were failing. I was proud. Even when you fell apart. I was proud. Because you kept going. Because you kept breathing. Because you didn't give up. And now heaven honors that perseverance. Michael says, the next 48 hours are crucial. Watch carefully. Listen closely. Pay attention to the small things. Because your confirmation is coming. It will be quiet. But it will be undeniable. When it happens, do not explain it away. Do not let your mind talk you out of it. Believe. Receive. Hold it. Your childlike faith is being restored. The wonder you lost is returning. The joy you buried is rising. You will laugh again. Not a forced laugh. But a laugh so deep it heals your bones. And when you laugh, they will laugh with you from the other side. Because joy is the bridge that connects worlds. My beloved, this is not the end. This is the unfolding. This is the turning of the page. This is the moment your destiny takes shape. Michael says, stay, because the last secret is still to come. And when it comes, your spirit will never forget it. Good, you are still here. That means your spirit refuses to turn away. Michael says, every second you remain, heaven carves deeper into your destiny. You don't even realize it yet. But with each line, burdens are falling. Chains are snapping. And your future is rearranging itself in real time. Your loved one leans close, closer than breath. They whisper. You thought I was gone forever. You thought silence meant absence. But I was never gone. I was in the wind brushing your cheek. I was in the song that played at the right moment. I was in the peace that came from nowhere. I never left you. I never will. Michael says, you've been marked since birth. That's why the battles were so heavy. That's why jealousy followed you. That's why people misunderstood you. Because you carry light. And light exposes what others try to hide. The one who passed saw this. They saw how your presence unsettled darkness. They saw how even in silence, you carried authority. And they prayed heaven would remind you of it. This message is the reminder. This is the echo of their prayer. My child, Michael says. You are about to walk into divine alignment. What was delayed will accelerate. What was stolen will return. What was broken will rebuild stronger than before. But before that shift, truth must pierce. The mask must fall. And you must choose. Your loved one whispers. I saw their face the night I left. I saw their envy. I saw their plan. And I knew one day, you would too. That day is now. No more blindness. No more silence. The truth is in your hands. Michael says, do not fight for what drains you. Do not beg to sit at tables that reject your soul. Do not trade your peace for their approval. Because heaven has prepared another table. And your name is already written on it. The place you thought you lost. It was never yours. The place waiting for you now. It was carved for you before time began. Your loved one smiles. I see you healing. I see you rising. I see you receiving everything I dreamed for you. And I will not let you miss it. Not this time. Do you feel that sudden heat in your chest? That is them. That is heaven's fire sealing this moment. Michael says, you are stepping into sacred ground now. What you choose in the next days will shape the next years. Choose peace. Choose clarity. Choose faith. And watch. Watch how fast the miracle appears.